Yeah, don't do. I got some weird takes, folks.
We'll get there. Hello, it's Monday. You know what that means.
Yeah, we're
Not
doing it. We got a
fest.
Knotfest wrestling show. Huh?
Talking some music, talking some wrestling, talking them both at the same
At
time.
the same. I love it.
Unheard of.
I am contractually obligated to love it.
And speaking of contractually obligated, licensing has contracts,
It
and
sure does.
today we're talking about licensed songs that wrestling companies either paid or
Finagled.
circumvented paying in a way to use real actual songs by real actual artists and bands for wrestlers' entrance themes. And let me
Right.
tell you, I thought there was not going to be a whole lot to pick from here, but
There's so many.
oh man,
A spoiler alert. I put one on my list, having not known that there was an era where this wrestler came out had a licensed music background, and I watched a clip of it. It was hard to find, but I watched a clip of it and I was like, it's great. I got to put it on the list.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Before we dive in,
Sure.
I'm going to name two that are perhaps surprisingly not on my list. I'm doing runners up right now.
Okay. Brody King himself in the chat, just so everybody knows right now.
I was just going to say I didn't put Be Harder on this because he's on the song. Like, it's his own thing.
We'll get there in a second. You didn't put it in your top 10?
Of course I would have, but I didn't put Jericho, and I was like, I feel like that's its own thing, is wrestlers doing their own entrance music, because there are a bunch of those. That's its own top 10.
Technicality, schmecknicality. I did a service. I'll start my number 10. Yeah. Because I couldn't go full nepotism here. My number 10 is Brody King, Be Harder / Crown of Power / Divine Injustice. Those are all songs that we wrote together and all songs I've gotten to witness live in arenas. Crown of Power was played in Madison Square Garden when he entered for that. So he's never putting you on the guest list again, as he said in the chat. Those obviously, personally, they're my real number one. That. Listen, I can't go full nepotism, man. I see you in the chat. I can't. As a journalist, I gotta have some integrity,
Yeah, like I gotta. I that's why I was like, it's gotta be. I was like, it's gotta be its own category, because it's unfair, because they know that, like, it's his own, like, the character is a part of the band a little bit too. Like, it's so much a part of everything.
It's the real number one. Like,
it is. Here's the thing. But
legally,
it would be number one.
Legally, I can't be like, I'm that my band is the best. Yeah, like I can
Brody
think that
kicked you out of the band. You're not in the band anymore.
It's fine. I understand. I think once he hears a couple of my picks, he will agree with me. So
why don't
what's your number? I just did. That was my number 10.
Oh, it's your number 10.
So what was your number 10?
Okay, so the ones I'm not putting on here, my hot takes is I didn't put Rob Van Dam Pantera, because the loop is insane. I was like, oh, that'll probably be awesome, and I watched it, and they loop the chorus. It's just the chorus until he gets to the ring.
And I will say, maybe pipe and hot take, but maybe not like to a real fan. Legitimately, probably the worst song they ever wrote.
I I might have the Power Cat album is pretty
I'll listen, at this point, it's an oversaturation thing, but I'll take Power Cat over Walk at this point. I'll take the fucking like the Great Southern Trendkill deep tracks where he's just saying stuff. Like I'll take that over Walk.
Yeah, all right. So I'll agree. But just watching them loop the chorus and the audience for 2 minutes is fucking chaos.
That's a lot.
It also doesn't totally like I get that they both like weed, but it doesn't fit his vibe totally. I would say I don't know a lot about
I would say if you look at Rob Van Dam, I could see but like outside of that, he was probably just like, hey man, that song's fucking badass. I should use that.
Yeah. And that's how a lot of these things happen, I think, is like that song is sick. But it's
I got a couple of those on here where I can tell they were just like, this song is sick, but they just work 10 times better. But aside from all that, now begin. What's your number 10?
I am going with Effie using Goodbye Yellow Brick Road because that shit is unbelievable. Like it'll never be on TV. So I have to put it at number 10 because it would never be on television.
You would think that Elton would strike up some kind of deal for this young gay trailblazer, you know?
Yeah. It should happen. And the thing is, it's fucking incredible. It's a completely different vibe than everybody. It's got a built-in crowd participation part. The second he hits the apron, it fucking rocks. I love it. Genius.
So you think Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is a better song than Be Harder?
The thing
you think Elton is better than God Save? This
Get in the ring, Elton.
This guy picks Effie over me, he says. My number 9, you said you omitted him, but I don't care, man. Chris Judas with the song Judas. Chris Jericho's Judas. Look at it, man. For one, like, say whatever you want about the guy, about the band, whatever the vibe. The fucking chorus of this song is undeniable.
It's a hook.
It's a fucking Captain Hook, if I ever heard
it. It sounds like it's so perfect. It's just like it's perfect for him. Like he's a guy who, like, you know, he got big in the early 2000s, and this sounds like this would be the biggest song on the radio in the early 2000s. It's
two notes. If you got a song, this is my dad saying.
Yeah.
Like 3 chords is a great song. 2 chords is a masterpiece. And this riff is bow now to bow 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 bow, and that's 2 chords. So so from Dan Young's standards, it's technically a masterpiece. So
what about the transition?
We're not talking about that. That's a transition. That's not
exactly. It's not the riff.
Don't bring technicalities into this. What's your number 9?
I love you. Literally. Here's the thing. Brody is going. I picked F. No, This is you. It didn't fit the category. You literally put Chris Jericho over your own song.
No, mine is my real number 1. It's like a life goal achieved, but I can't legally do that. I'll get sued by the 141 people that watch this.
Yeah. Fair enough. Also, here's the real question. Like you can say we'll talk about it off air. Do you actually? He didn't have to license his own song.
No,
that's the key. That's a key wording in the phrase.
No, I guess so. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know that Jericho gets paid for that either. That might just be
he's just like
use it. My fucking streams will skyrocket.
Yeah.
No, it was just like, hey,
no
you can
licensing involved in this.
Well, there is, but it's free.
Right.
So, like, there's a document, but it's free. So,
right. You are not gaming the system or paying
No.
a suit to
No.
walk out to the thing.
No.
So I think that's a day.
That
I
is
don't
its
know.
own technicality. But I'm gonna keep it at number 10 because it's fucking sick as fuck.
The thing is, it's so fucking sick.
What's your number 9?
Number 9. Here's the thing. No one should actually be able to walk out to this, but this is the funniest entrance I've ever seen in my life. Sandman coming out to enter.
Number
Sandman.
9, dude, you're a criminal. We gotta save this one. This is number 9. Listen, we gotta talk about this one later, so just save it. Number 9. This is the 9th best one.
I've seen it once. I watched it.
You could see this nunts and it would still blow your fucking mind.
Dude, when you tell me that there's a guy named Sandman who comes out to enter, I figured that every wrestler wants to walk out to enter Sandman. Like most wrestlers.
Right? The Sandman is entering. When would it ever be more appropriate than that? This is written for him. It's perfect. But we can't talk about this yet. We got to talk about this later.
We will talk about it later because if it wasn't him and if it wasn't the whole thing, I wouldn't even have it on the list.
But it is the whole thing.
It is the whole thing.
We'll get into it. You just opened a can of worms.
For sure.
My number 8 is Hulk Hogan, Voodoo Child.
I feel like you can't, because of who Hulk Hogan is, who we literally know who he is, he can't be walking out to this song.
But it's like it fits him perfectly and it rocked, dude. Top 10 most iconic riffs ever, maybe.
This I think is like a key thing. This is why Enter Sandman is number 9. Just because the song is the shit. It has to fit the person.
But you only think that because of what you know now, which is fair because we know a lot now. But in that era, when the NWO theme was like a Voodoo Child ripoff, that was the perfect thing. Like that song still goes like that's just a ripoff. Yeah. And then they were like, fuck it, let's just pay for the real thing for Hogan. That's licensing. And that's the theme today. Mm-hmm. Like they were like, let's pay for Hulk Hogan is such a big star. Let's pay for a Jimi Hendrix song. Like, how expensive is that? They couldn't get Jimi Hendrix songs for the Jimi Hendrix movie.
It's fair. Well, how much were they paying Hulk Hogan at this time? What era of Hogan is this?
This is
I don't know if I've ever
billion a year, probably. Billion a year. Million per fiscal quarter, maybe.
That's fair. Listen, Bo is going dude. It's a sick song, but it's Hulk Hogan is can't be coming out.
He's talking about Enter Sandman still. They're a little delayed. He's mad at you. We'll get to it later. You are sick for that one. You're absolutely sick for that one. What's your number 8? Well, like we all know Hogan's racist, and somebody else deserved Voodoo Child. But in this moment,
right?
It's like it was the stars aligned.
Again, I think that our lists are also. I had never seen it, so for me, I Googled it today. I watched Hulk Hogan walk out to Jimi Hendrix today for the first time. That shit does not that felt crazy.
Yeah.
Too much is correct.
How much are they? Yeah, exactly. How much are they paying Hulk Hogan at any point of his career? Too much. The brother drew, but the brother drew ire later on.
100%. All right, my number 8. This is not my favorite of this guy's songs, and it also this wrestler is not totally my guy, but I think that this, when I look at it on paper, I'm like, that completely makes sense. Why didn't he use this for his entire career? Is Edge coming out to Rob Zombie? Edge in 2002 is very much aligns with what Rob Zombie was doing in 2002. If Rob Zombie is allowing you to come out to a Rob Zombie song, you do not change your song. That's crazy.
Completely agree, especially when the alternative for some reason is eventually like a Christian rock song.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing less hard than Christian rock.
100%. Yeah.
Like the only thing less like intimate, like deserving of a spectacle than Creed is like Creed side project.
Edge.
You're dead to it, man. Sorry, man. Moving on from Edge. My number 7, Atsushi Onita, Wild Thing. Wild Thing at the Tokyo Dome, smoking a fucking cig in a chair on the ramp is the coolest looking guy in a wrestling environment to ever exist.
I bet.
Smoking a cig on the ramp.
I've never seen it.
You're sick, man.
Even when I go, I just haven't. Even when I was Googling stuff today to like find who came out to what.
Every time I see this clip, every time I see Onita with a cig, I'm starting to think maybe like our cigarettes good for me, you know? Like, should I get into cigarettes in
Onita? Yeah, Onita smoking cigarettes is like when you go to the office and someone's eating sweet green and you're like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's
it.
Maybe that's the move.
Let's see if there's a DoorDash deal. Like Onita smoking a cig to me is as effective as Matt, like Don Draper pushing Lucky Strike, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
On Mad Men. Somebody just commented about fucking Ready or Not, and now I'm so mad it's not on my list.
Ready or Not?
Yeah. Scott Hall. Ready or Not, here I come. Oh,
he came out to that?
Yes. In ECW, in Japan. Whoo.
Oh my God. I didn't even. None of this shit is on. I forgot about Wild Thing for Onita. I remembered it for Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not for Onita. And I didn't put Moxley on my list because we've already discussed it. Moxley needs to come out to Wolverine Blues.
Wolverine Blues, yeah.
It fucking rocks.
That'll shoot to number 3 at least whenever he does that. So
yeah.
What's your number 7?
Number 7, I'm doing CM Punk Living Color.
7?
7.
Well, that's gonna have to wait too, because it's a little higher than that. Man. I'm trying to imagine what is in your top 5 with these things considered.
Well, there are others. Here's the thing. I think that the Living Color entrance fucking rocks. We'll get into it more when you're there. But like everything I know about CM Punk, like I want that mother, like someone's got to come out to Earth Crisis. I want CM Punk. What, like, if he came out to Throwdowns Forever, don't tell me that wouldn't kick so much ass.
I remember
owning how much he owns the straight edge thing. Like,
I feel like it was that. I think there was a guy named Josh Prohibition. He might still be wrestling, but he was like another kind of straight edge gimmick. And I feel like he came out to Firestorm or something.
That makes like.
I might have just made that up, but like somebody at some point, I feel like came out to Firestorm.
I do want I like all of these. I like every CM Punk entrance. It's all sick, but like the more when I found out that he had like this
Kill Switch is his fave. I mean, great song.
Is he
a sellout? Uh-oh. I think these brews beer in his basement. I think these comments stay on the video, so we might have to. What did you say again?
Whoa.
A Cult of Personality.
Oh yeah, I said Cult of Personality is number 7.
Okay.
You might kill me for number 6. You might. Brody's gonna come through the screen and take me
No,
out.
because like I might agree with you. I feel like I know where you're going, and I think like it's insane that you're putting it so low.
No, this like it might be insane that I put this on the list at all, based on what I know about your.
Oh,
top.
Josh Prohibition is a sellout. Wow. Talk.
Oh.
He's claiming Prohibition, and he's bootlegging in his basement. Oh my goodness. Sickening.
Well,
Uh,
see, he didn't get Firestorm anymore.
that doesn't sound like much of an American badass to me, which brings me to number 6, The Undertaker, American Badass. Kid
Not
Rock.
rolling.
No, American Badass over the song, because it's just sad but true, so it's way sicker, you know.
Sure.
So
yeah.
So like that riff over a guy on a motorcycle is fucking iconic. And Roland came second.
Roland was second.
Roland was after.
Damn. All right.
It's a great song. What you got Roland on yours? I'm sure.
I went back and forth whether to put Effie, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, or Roland on there.
So Roland didn't make it.
Roland didn't make
American
it.
Badass certainly made it for me, because that was like such a key part of.
I didn't even know about that.
Dude,
I thought it was only Roland.
No, so this was the first one. Like when the character debuted, the American Badass character, it was with this song.
That is. It makes sense that because they call. I mean, why didn't they keep it?
I think Roland was hot, dude. It was tearing up the charts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was rolling it. He was rolling in on a bike, and then he used like another Metallica song, like in 2016 with the fucking AJ thing. So I think he was just like, I want to do whatever I want, and they're like, yes, sir.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, speaking of Metallica, number 6, you're gonna kick my ass. Sting coming out to Seek and Destroy.
I'm not gonna kick your ass. That's awesome.
It was. Oh, I thought you were like Die Hard, the original theme, like Sting theme.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's not like a real song. That's like Warner Music catalog number 496.
Yeah, it's Jingle Punks.
Yeah, that's like thinking in my brain that Sting maybe likes aggressive music in any way is like enough to make me feel good, you know?
It also, when I found out about this and I was like, what the fuck? It only happened for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched him come out to it, and it seemed like it seemed like this was the best like version of like the Crow version of Sting that made the most sense to him. Like he was having fun. Like he was able to come out to that, look spooky, do the Crow woos, like have energy, because he's a dude who has like a shit ton of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like a foreboding theme didn't fit what he like wanted to do. So watching him come out to Seek and Destroy was the most pumped I had ever seen him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was probably that's just a good marriage of the two essences of Sting, is like the surfer cowabunga dude and the Crow thing. I'm not putting Typo Can at number 1 because it never happened.
It never happened.
B, I don't think it wasn't a licensed song. They just wrote it for them, which fucking don't get me started on that again. We talked about that.
We did
until I was blue in the face.
How could they not do that though? What the fuck,
idiots, man? They're moronic. My number 5. Macho Man Randy Savage, Pomp and Circumstance.
Oh shit, this counts? Damn.
Dun, 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 dun. I like there was a meme I saw the other day that was like, it's that beautiful time of year where high schools and colleges are graduating every day and paying tribute to Macho Man Randy Savage by playing his entrance music.
That fucking rocks. I didn't know they had to. I assumed that this was just like
Well, here's the thing about royalty-free pieces of music.
Right.
You got to perform them. The performance isn't royalty-free. The song is, you know?
Right.
The sheet music is royalty-free. So they had to license a performance of this song. I know
Okay.
Jim Johnston's ass wasn't up in his studio playing all this shit. So they paid the fucking Georgia Philharmonic or some shit to record this.
Right.
It
That
goes fucking hard.
that makes sense. I like it probably would have been on my list if I counted that.
Got to use
But
your mind.
hell yeah. My number 5 is Bryan Danielson, Final Countdown.
It's a
Bring
great
it
one.
back. Bring
They
it back,
can't-
baby.
Who
It's
can
too
afford
much
it?
money.
Who can afford it? But man,
Hulk Hogan in 1997.
if Brian needs to be making $1 billion a year like Hogan was, so he can afford this fucking song.
Yeah.
They should pay for it for like it when he has a singles match for the championship. They should pay for this,
He's had 2 of them.
like on a pay per view. When he is main eventing a pay per view,
For the title.
it should be with this.
What about like we'll cover it. I can sing fucking Europe. It's fine. We'll
True.
do it. We'll cover it. Then you pay the mechanical licensing fee, which is way cheaper.
Way cheaper.
That's the plan. Tony.
Good plan. Hit us up, man.
Hit us up. We got it.
Easy.
Easy.
We'll hire 10 of the best motherfuckers in the world and make a super cover.
It'll be incredible.
Yeah. We'll do it for free.
Yeah.
That was your number 5.
That was my number 5.
Great number 5. My number 4 is CM Punk, Cult of Personality.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh my God.
number 4.
Bo in the comment just said, hate DB's current song. Every Wednesday, you and I
hurts my
text each
feelings.
other. Yeah, every time.
Like, I know they gotta. I don't think anyone is stoked that this is the solution they got. They were like, it's all we got.
Dude, why is Wagner featuring Ray J a thing? You know,
It's too weird. I can't do it.
it's miserable. Why do you need lyrics over this old Nazi war cry? You know, what is the purpose?
Yeah.
Bizarre. But yeah, back to Cult of Personality. What were you gonna say?
Well, that's the interesting thing is I have I know I thought it was weird the first time I saw it, but I have gone back. I've watched more ROH on the side, CM Punk, AFI.
That's my number 3.
Number 4. Oh
That's my number
shit!
3.
Oh well, let's talk about all.
Let's
of
just
them
talk
right
both.
now.
So obviously that is like a nostalgic thing. That's why I can put it higher at number 3.
Mhm.
Like in the moment, like that's like to me for some reason I still think of Sing the Sorrow as like 3 years ago. You know,
Oh,
so
forever.
like
It
that's
just happened.
that's a newer AFI song to me, and that like at the time was just like Punk's being on the pulse of like, yeah, I'm the one wrestler who has time to keep up with music.
Right.
And it just was another thing that connects people like me, people like Brody to these guys at the time of
Right.
like, wow, you're one of like 2 guys that understands the subculture that we're part of.
That's what changed my tune on it, actually, is watching it in the context of like, it's jarring to not hear Cult of Personality kicks ass as his theme song. I think that there are, I think it is, this song makes more sense to like who he is, and thinking about watching him come out in smaller venues at literally using a song that had just came out is incredible.
Cool as fuck.
It's cool as shit.
He was out buying CDs, man. He was the real deal. He's the music guy.
Yeah. And it's also it's a fucking everybody wants to like this is another song. This is like Enter Sandman where it's like everyone like when you hear about this you want to start whatever you're doing to that fucking song.
Mhm.
Sing the Sorrow is one of my like it's like top 5 albums of all
It's
time.
one of the few
To make the top.
perfect pieces of of music.
I agree.
Like one of the it's
Incredible.
start to finish, no skips.
No skip.
Like
Yeah.
20 years later, I love the singles.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
I should hate the singles.
I should despise them, and I love them.
Like, here's the Silver and Cold I shouldn't like.
Love
based
that
on
song.
I love it. I love it to death. Just based on it being like what? It's single number 3 on the album.
Of like a 6-month rollout, probably.
A 6-month fucking rollout. That like, it's got we'll say it. It's got the like most melodramatic music video. Like I should not be into it.
Mhm.
But it fucking rules.
Agree.
Best bonus track.
And
Holy shit.
It's a hidden track and everybody knows it.
Yep.
That's how you know you kick ass. Also, the fucking B-sides are like
oh my god, the B-sides are so good.
Synesthesia.
Synesthesia is so fucking sick.
It's a masterpiece.
I want it to be a longer album because everything they were writing is now the world is sick.
Yeah. This Time Imperfect is the hidden track. Bo.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be no flowers, no, not this time. There'll be no angels grace in the light.
It's so fucking good.
What a fucking song. All right, what's your number 3 since we skipped?
Number 3, it's new. Like, it's Jungle Boys coming out to Baltimore. It's unbelievable.
It goes hard.
It goes hard. It's perfect for him. This I didn't even know about it until I saw him coming out to it on like on Dynamite or whatever. And then all the people I was watching Dynamite with were like, this is what he came out to on the indies. They bought him the rights and it like warmed my heart.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this young boy, it's like a gift.
Like he's so physically gifted, and he's dashingly handsome.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
I would kill for that hair. My God.
Oh, beautiful head of hair. All he needed was this beautiful song. All you need is a song for the most part. If the people like what they're hearing, they're going to be liking what they're seeing.
Yep.
And this really just like it sealed the deal with with Lil JB. So good for him. Love the song. Love the entrance. Love the crowd participation.
That exactly. Here's the thing. It's weird crowd participation. I think the crowd kind of just does their own thing. It's hard because in the actual song, they're like, oh. He like holds the last to like it's like a little offbeat. So like to the recording, I don't know. There's just whatever. Who cares?
You're just being Jordan.
I'm just being Jordan about it.
My number 2, Sandman, Enter Sandman.
Let's talk about it.
Number 2. This is the most spine-chilling, like, dude. To me, straight up goosebumps, like borderline, like weeping when I see this today.
This is this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ain't nothing funny about it, you fucking bastard. It is a thing of beauty.
Him coming out with the kendo stick, the beer, and everything. Like it is just. I hadn't seen him, so
think about the symbolism. The symbolism of not of just Sandman, of One Night Stand. It was like, this is the last time this community ever gets to see this shit because it was taken from them, and now they're back in the same building watching their favorite guys do their thing in a show that like WWE is involved in. So they could sanitize it, which they eventually did, or they
Mhm.
could let it be itself. And there was nothing more indicative of it letting it being itself than Sandman entering to the worst Metallica song and still being fucking like everybody in the room singing the song,
Mhm.
him fucking crushing beers with a kendo stick, walking down through his people.
See, that is the thing. Like, to everyone, including it's like Sandman, that's the best Metallica song. And I think that's like, to them, to everyone in the audience, everyone's like, this is the best song I've ever heard.
In that moment, it was.
I I laughed so hard because it's so long. He has to come out to it. The
Yes.
fact that
And he
I
doesn't.
didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like, when me and Rob Pasbani are watching this, he just said, we're gonna watch this Sandman match, and the second Enter Sandman starts, I can't stop laughing. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And
It's
then he
perfect.
comes out and his back is gone. Like, he has no back at all. He's wearing Zumba pants and he's got a kendo stick and a
He
beer, and
looks ridiculous. But
he's really drinking it. It's
have
the
you
fucking
seen
funniest.
a reaction like this like ever again in your life from a room like this?
That's why it made the list.
It's
As, like,
amazing.
it's so fucking funny.
Bo, don't start with me in this shit. This is the worst song on the biggest album ever. They can take it. It's okay. It's fine. You don't sit around and listen to Enter Sandman.
Here's the first time you ever hear Enter Sandman, it's the best song you've ever heard, though.
100%.
I will say, the first time anyone hears that riff, they're like, my God, where can guitar playing go from here?
And it's just like, yeah. Oh, some heat in the chat right now. I won't repeat it just in case. What's your number 2?
Lifetime beef with Sandman.
It's the worst song on the record, Bo. Don't fucking quote me. Give me a break.
All right, number 2, the Road Warriors, Iron Man.
Oh, great job. I omitted this and I felt foolish.
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad you said it.
Okay.
I felt it was an accident.
How the fuck could you not put this on here?
It was an accident. Okay. They don't call it the Road Warrior Pop for no reason. And this is like the most intimidating mixture of things.
This is everything that I think that you said about the Sandman entrance, but real, but genuine. Like, this is the most famous metal song of all time. No one should be able to actually walk out to this and it feel correct. It's too big of a song. The song itself has too big of a legacy, but these guys themselves feel bigger than wrestling when they come out to it. It's unbelievable.
And they are
perfectly.
Their image, their fucking vibe, their gear, dude. Just the spiked shoulder pads alone are like the most iconic wrestling gear. And yeah, this entrance was like this music being used for them was a big part of that. And just like the Road Warrior Pop is the universal term for a guy getting a loud reaction.
Yeah.
And this is fucking it's fucking Sabbath is a big part of that.
Yeah, man. The metal song that everyone knows.
Not
every living being knows what this song is.
Yeah.
And everyone also now, like, everyone knows what no one doesn't know what the Road Warriors are. To be a thing that exists because of a movie, and when someone says, like, just adds an S on it and they know what you are, that's crazy.
Yeah. They took it. They fucking they Johnny Cash herded it.
Yeah,
from 9 Inch Nails.
Honestly, there are probably people who think of the wrestler before they think of the movie, and
most people now, especially in an anti Mel Gibson age, deservedly so. Jordan, I get your beef. and your beef is my
I'm
beef. So
I'm still watching The Road Warrior. That's a good ass movie. Nothing you can do about it.
All right. I agree, but
Wait,
I get it.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying, Jordan.
Oh, we got a message redacted. That's
all
not
right. Just here browsing. It's number one time. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
really curious what yours is, but I think this is going to be another one where you're like, wow, I didn't know that counted.
Yeah, probably.
Ric Flair, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, I did not know that it counted. Damn.
Yeah. That's something that I just put it on for fun. While making the list, I was like, oh yeah, 2001 is my number one. And man,
It's called Dawn, I believe.
It's the main title theme for 2001. So
It's just for that the scene with the apes.
mm-hmm.
It is it's the first scene.
And God, what a work of art that is, huh?
Yeah, it fits him perfectly.
Fits him perfectly. It's like it's barbaric and primitive, but also like futuristic.
Yeah, it's the most iconic. I think that this is probably the most iconic like wrestling theme. Everything that Ric Flair is iconic. I just found out that Big Gold was made for him.
For him, yeah. It had the title. The nameplate said RICK Flair, and it was like grafted onto it at first. He paid like a $30,000 deposit for the belt to be to carry it with him because it was so expensive and so valuable. And he was. That's why I wonder, like today, when he sees other guys in it, is he like, fuck you, that's my belt? But yeah, it was made by old Jim Crockett. Jim Crockett reached in his pockets and made this beautiful trophy for Ric Flair.
It rocks. Ultimate Warrior is not an existing.
No.
What the hell? What are you talking?
People, it's okay.
Dano,
he's a Stanger. He's a Stanger guy. It's okay. I forgive you. What's your number one?
All right, my number one, and I'm picking this because I think it's the I didn't think of the Ric Flairs. I just thought of existing songs, and I was like, what's the character? I think this is the best meshing of a character and an iconic existing song that I've ever seen in wrestling. So, Sandstorm, Session Moth Martina is the best meshing of a wrestling character and an existing song that I've ever seen in my entire life. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Have you this?
Listen, I think
it's so funny.
I think she's hilarious. Love the song. But you're doing a bit for number one?
It's not. I don't. Here's the thing. It is a bit. Like, of course, I like a bit. But it's perfect. It's perfect for her. What the fuck else could that character come out to? The fact that she picks Sandstorm is so fucking funny. And I think it's iconic.
Dude, if Sandman came out to Sandstorm, you'd be like, what the hell? He's got sand in his name. This makes no sense.
But he's not Session. Like, he's not Session. Like, she's a fucking mess. She's a girl who literally is wrestling coming from a rave. So you pick the most iconic rave song of all time. It's so funny. It's so funny that she literally now can't go anywhere. If she ever goes on a TV show, they have to license Sandstorm. There will be a riot if she does not come out to Sandstorm.
I know you'll be in that riot. I'll be asleep. You'll be out there picketing.
You don't think this is
Do hilarious? I think this is not, I think it's hilarious, but you think fucking Enter Sandman for Sandman at One Night Stand is hilarious?
You didn't even put Iron Man on your list.
That was a glaring omission, okay? It was an accident. It was a mistake. But I
The
like her.
glaring omission.
I think she's genuinely hilarious.
So funny.
Like the character is amazing. Seeing her in that dick match with the guy with Voldemort many years ago was like, oh, she's a star.
Right.
And you know, Sandstorm helps, but number one, I think you're a piece of shit.
I also just, dude, I have a genuine soft spot for 90s EDM, especially since we did the big medley on the show. So like,
I love Sandstorm.
I think it's genuinely really funny and genuinely really good, and I think it's a perfect pairing. So yeah, it's number one for me. It's just because it's funny doesn't mean it also isn't perfect.
I agree. I'm with you there. Number one is insane, but I gotta read you this tweet. This tweet that I read today regarding 90s dance music. Okay. This is how we can end the episode if you'd like. Dance music in the 90s was incredible. Just a woman putting her entire soul into a beat that had every cell in your body vibrating. Then here comes some jacked bald head dude with a deep voice rapping the stupidest shit you've ever heard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And then this is the follow-up. You'd be in a trance at the skating rink having this out-of-body experience, and then parentheses
you can't even get it out.
Parentheses, comically deep voice, end parentheses. It's nighttime and my love is hot. I dance, you dance. We dance a lot. Oh God, that's good stuff.
That is exactly like, yeah, it's like a woman asking like an esoteric question. Yeah. It's just like, and then it's just a guy coming in and just go like, I got a couple of answers.
And like, dude, how crazy is boom, boom, boom? Let me hear you say wayo. Have you ever read the real lyrics to that song?
No.
They're crazy.
All the lyrics to like it, every Aqua song is chaotic. How did that happen?
I don't know, but I mean, if you're watching this, look for the original lyrics, the explicit lyrics of boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo, wayo. Yep. They're insane. It's all about butt stuff. And this was like a number one hit song.
All right. Speaking of butt stuff, we both put Mr. Ass at the top of the Jim Johnston theme.
Number one. Correct.
We did put that.
Yeah.
It's a comedy song and it's perfect.
I agree. I'm not mad at you. I think you're insane. I'm like if you do do you have health insurance?
I do.
All right, well then never mind. If you didn't, I would help you with your copay for therapy. So
for the sickness,
because you're insane. For the mental disease that you carry. But that's our show today. That was a blast. Listen,
we're gonna do another list, and Be Hard is gonna be at the top.
Should we do wrestlers who sing their own songs?
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
Because there are or who are a part of their own entrance. Like, yeah. Because then we got Maki Ito. We do have Keith Lee sometimes.
There's a lot. Don't spoil. We'll get there. We'll see. We'll get there next week. We'll talk about it.
We don't even have to. He might not even make the list. I'm just saying he did it.
True. He did do that. He do.
He done did it. All right.
Thanks, everybody. We will see you. Oh, we'll see you this Sunday for the Double or Nothing post show.
That's true. That's what next week is. So this
live post show.
Yep. The second the show goes off the air, we're going to be popping on right here to talk about the big event.
That's right.
So what a card. We couldn't not do it because the card is insane.
Stacky acky.
Yeah. They just added our lads
in
a three-way tag to the card.
I hope they open.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's it tonight. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you Sunday, Double or Nothing post show, and Wednesday for the Dynamite post show thing on Instagram.
Yeah.